이번 주에도 돌아온 반반 팟캐스트 하프앤하프의 정태용입니다. 반갑습니다.
And I'm Jeep. You're listening to Half and Half, where each week we talk about different various subjects in Korean and English. It's actually been a while since we've recorded an episode because I was in the process of moving. I've now moved. I'm living in Spain now. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see some info about that. But I'm ready to record a new episode. So what's the subject today, Taeyong-sim?
일단 잠깐 정리를 하면 찌프가 최근에 캐나다에서 스페인으로 이사를 했죠.
Yeah, that's right. I moved to Spain
네.
from Canada.
맞아요. 그래서 사실 저희가 녹화는 몇 주 만에 하는 거라 되게 오랜만에 보는 건데 근데 우리가 그 전에 미리 예비로 그 레코딩을 한 6개인가 해놔가지고
Yeah, there was quite a few videos that we recorded ahead of time so that while I was in the process of moving, we would have videos. So, yeah, it worked out.
네, 그런데 아직도 한 3개 정도 영상이 남아있거든요.
Yeah, yeah.
그래서 그것도 나중에 무슨 일이 생겨서 녹화를 오랫동안 못할 때 그때 비상용으로 올릴 겁니다.
Right. That's true. Yeah, a lot could have happened between now and then, I guess. Yep. The other thing I guess you'll notice is, hey, my hair is gone. So the weather is very hot here, so I shaved my head. If you look at the very first episode that I did on Half and Half, my hair was short like this. So my hair got longer over the course of, I don't know, you could call it season 1 and maybe this is season 2. I don't know. So yeah.
네, 그래서 갑자기 다음 언젠가 에피소드에서 찌프 머리가 갑자기 길어졌다. 그러면은 지금 뭐 녹화를 못 하고 있는 기간이구나. 이렇게 알 수 있을 거예요.
Right. If you mixed them up a little bit, maybe my hair will get long again suddenly. Yeah.
맞습니다. 자, 어쨌든 그래서 이번 주제는 냄새 향기인데요. 지난 맞습니다. 아니면 뭐 센트라고도 하나요?
Scent, fragrance, they all have different nuances.
그거 이따가 잠시만 말씀해 주시고요.
Yeah.
지난 어버이날 에피소드에서 구독자님들 그 NTVL6BF님께서 냄새 향기입니다. 저는 여행지에 도착하면 먼저 그 나라의 특수한 냄새를 느껴요. 새로운 여행이 시작되는 기분이 들어서 설레요. 그리고 사람마다 좋아하는 향도 정말 다양한 것 같아요. 금목서, 비와 아스팔트, 연필, 수영장, 헌책방, 새로운 신발, 목물, 등유 등등 좋아하는 냄새를 떠올려 봤어요. 두 분의 이야기도 들어보고 싶어요. 이 추천이 하나 있었고요. 그리고 YouRide5201님께서는 계란 반숙 대 완숙이나 탕수육 부먹 찍먹처럼 국가가 다르니 유니버셜하지만 호불호 갈리거나 취향 타는 걸로 논쟁을 벌여보시는 건 어떨까요? 뭐가 더 맛있는가? 이렇게 두 분께서 추천을 남겨주셨는데
Yeah.
이번에는 이 NT님의 냄새 향기를 먼저 하고
Yes.
그리고 다음 주에는 이 유라이님께서 추천해주신 주제를 해보면 좋겠다 싶습니다.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do them both. So yeah, the first suggestion was, I'm just going to paraphrase, but somebody while he was traveling, he noticed there was some different smells and he thought it might be an interesting topic to talk about various smells and also what smells you like or prefer. And then the second person is recommending that we talk about the very highly debated topic within Korea of, do you dip your food or do you pour the sauce over your food? I think it'll be an interesting topic, but I'll just say right now that this is very, very debated in Korea, but outside of Korea, nobody cares. So yeah, we could talk about that too. I think it'll be interesting.
재밌을 것 같아요.
Yeah.
이거 말고도 다른 그런 게 막 몇 가지가 있기 때문에.
Right.
그렇죠. 아무튼 그렇습니다. 그래서 이번에는 냄새 향기인데요.
Yeah. So yeah, this time we'll do smells or scents or fragrances. All three have different meanings. Okay. So the reason I wanted to do this one first is because I told you that I have a story to tell. So I'll tell you a very short story. So I just moved, like I said, we moved to Spain, and when we first moved into the house, one bathroom had a really, really bad smell, like very bad. So bad that it was making like the rest of the house smell bad, but like in the bathroom specifically, in one of the bathrooms, it was like so bad. And so the smell I would describe is kind of like a sewer, like, you know, basically like an open sewer.
그게 뭐예요? 수어? 그게 뭐예요?
It's like where, so when you flush the toilet, the water goes down into the pipes, and that goes into the pipes down into the underground water that everybody in the whole city uses. Like that's the sewer.
아, 시궁창이구나.
Yeah.
아, 네.
So it was smelling really bad in the house, and what we would do, we wanted to call a plumber to fix the problem, right? Because we didn't know how to fix it. But until then, we just closed the door and we turned on the fan, and we like took a towel and we plugged it under the bottom of the door so that no smell could come out. And then we kind of like didn't use that room for whenever we could avoid it. We just didn't open the door or anything. So we were worried maybe it would be a leak or something like that. We had a plumber come, and he looked at it. And basically what we needed to do is move the toilet. There's like a seal or a gasket in there, basically. Like it's like a rubber seal. Okay. They need to remove that, put in a new one, and put the toilet back. But the thing that was weird about it is in USA and Canada, that seal that they use for toilets is very, very different than with the one that they use in Spain. Like when I kind of knew what the problem is, I was like, maybe I could fix it myself because I know generally how they work in USA. Mm-hmm. But then when the plumber came and moved the toilet and I looked at it, I was like, I don't know how to fix this. Like it's completely different from what I'm used to. So anyway, so yeah, he fixed it. The smell went away. And then one other thing with smells. Okay. Sorry, this is maybe a short story, but because of the smell in the bathroom, we got some fragrance sticks. We would call them fragrance sticks. Not like incense. Incense you burn and it smokes and makes the smell. But incense...
Diffuser?
What is it?
Diffuser.
Diffuser. Kind of like a diffuser, but diffusers I think are usually electronic or electric. Like maybe they have some power. This is just a wooden stick in oil, and you take the stick and you flip it and put it back in the oil, and then the oil has like a fragrance. And so we tried many different fragrances. The fragrance that we got, sorry, this story keeps getting longer. We got this, what's it called? White, I can't remember the name of the flower. It's a very specific flower that is in Canada. Like as soon as we got this white flower fragrance, it reminded me a lot of Canada. We hadn't been there for a few weeks. And it reminded me that like, oh yeah, when you smell something that you recognize, it can remind you of a place that you've been. So anyway, that's my whole smell story. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. 그래서 첫 번째는 절망편으로 스페인에 이사 간 집이 그 화장실에 변기에 뭔가 문제가 있어서 냄새가 너무 안 좋아서 그 화장실 문 닫고 그 할 수 있는 한 최대한 안 열면서 지내다가 그 배관공을 불러서 고쳤다는 얘기네요.
Yeah, exactly.
근데 화장실이 그러면 집에 2개 이상이란 말이네요.
There's just two. Yeah.
아, 화장실 2개.
Yeah.
저 스페인 놀러 가면 그 집에서 좀 지내도 될까요?
Yeah, absolutely. No, actually we do have a spare guest room, and if you come to Spain, absolutely, like come stay in our guest room. That would be awesome. Yeah.
대박.
Yeah.
알겠습니다. 고마워요.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, okay. So that's my smell story from recent history. Do you have a recent smell story? And then maybe we can talk about other
뭐,
specific ones.
최근에는
Yeah.
막 특별한 이야기는 없는데,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
근데 제가 부산에 살잖아요.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
근데 이게 다른 지방도 그런지 모르겠는데 부쩍 부산이
Mm-hmm.
그 도로 아래에 있는 그 하수도 그게 좀 안 좋은 건지.
So in Busan, when you're walking along the street, you smell the sewer smell sometimes, you're saying?
썸타임이 아니고 좀 자주.
Often. Okay, okay.
예, 좀 자주 냄새가 좀 안 좋은 냄새가 나요. 근데 아니나 다를까 저만 그렇게 느낀 게 아니라 뭐 제 친구들 뭐 아는 사람들도 그렇게 얘기를 하더라고요.
Yeah, that's one thing that coming to Europe. So I visited a few different countries in Europe, and I definitely noticed that more, like the sewer smell when I'm walking through the streets, just occasionally, than in USA and Canada. I never ever noticed that at all. So I don't know. Maybe it's more of like a big city thing, or maybe it's like a more of a European or Asian thing. I'm not sure. But I never noticed that at all in North America. It's like kind of a new thing here.
그렇구나.
Yeah.
뭐 뉴욕 이런 데 냄새 많이 난다고 들은 것 같은데 아닌가요?
No, not even in New York. I mean, I know that like
진짜요?
I think that New York used to be like more of a dirty city, I would call it. It used to be, but I think it's gotten a lot cleaner in the last like 10 or 15 years. And so the last few times I've been there, not really. It's been quite a bit better. Yeah.
그렇구나. 아무튼 그래서 제가 뭐 딱히 뭐 그런 특별한 에피소드 같은 건 없었고 그리고 아까 지프가 얘기한 그 캐나다에 있는 하얀 꽃 향이 나는 그 디퓨저 그 스틱을
Yeah.
한국에서 디퓨저라고 많이 부르는 것 같아요.
Really? Even if it's just oil and wood like that?
네.
Oh, okay. I think that in English we wouldn't call that a diffuser. It doesn't sound right to me. Because diffuser sounds like some air goes in and then changes and then comes out or something. But it doesn't really work that way. So, it sounds more like a machine if you say diffuser.
근데 뭐 어떤 의미에서 그 단어를 썼는지는 뭐 추측은 가능하네요. 그러면.
Right. Yeah.
아무튼 디퓨저고 저는 디퓨저는 안 쓰고 그 양초? 양초를 가끔씩 태우긴 해요.
Candles. Yeah, right. We also tried candles in the bathroom as well. Yeah. So we would put we put a candle in the bathroom and lit the candle. But like my wife gets like really like worried or afraid about like open flame, which I mean it's fine. She doesn't want to burn the house down. And so she was worried if we leave the candle lit and then forget to put it out, like, and go to sleep or something, maybe it'll burn and cause a fire. And so then instead of the candle, we started using the wooden oil sticks. So yeah.
그렇죠.
Yeah.
아무튼 그러고 이제 그 구독자님께서 추천해주신 그 얘기 중에 그 여행지에 도착하면 먼저 그 나라의 특수한 냄새를 느껴요 이렇게 써주셨는데 제가 뭐 막 대만 뭐 태국 뭐 그런데 여행을 가면 그 길거리에서 나는 돼지고기랑 간장 냄새인가? 좀 그런 그 길거리 음식 냄새가 좀 있거든요. 제가 그 냄새를 좀 좋아하나 봐요.
I like it too. Yeah, I love the smell of like cooking meat and stuff. That's like one of my favorite smells.
네. 근데 그 아시아의 향신료랑 섞인 그 냄새. 근데 좀 됐구나 처음 간지는 그 어떤 부산의 유명한 대만 음식점에 갔어요. 그 미쉐린 빕구르망 무슨 뭘 받은 좀 잘하는 집이었는데
Yeah.
거기 가서 무슨 돼지고기 튀김을 시켜서 먹었거든요. 우육면이랑.
Mhm. Mhm.
근데 그 돼지고기 튀김을 입에 넣으니까
Mhm.
그 대만 야시장에서 맡았던 그 냄새가 딱 나는 거예요.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
그래서 와 이거 갑자기 제가 대만으로 돌아가는 것 같은 느낌. 그
Felt like you were
냄새로.
transported just by the smell of it.
네네. 막 갑자기 막 하는데 막 정신 차리고 보니까
Mhm.
그 막 메뉴판에 그 대만 한자가 막 적혀 있고.
Ah, really? Mhm.
예, 그건 실제로. 예.
Mhm.
그래서 냄새의 힘을 좀 강력하게 느꼈습니다.
Yeah. Smells can have a very powerful effect on like what you remember or what you like think about. Yeah. Food. So let's talk about good smells for a minute. So food is a good start. So meat, yes. Also, like I love the smell of like fresh baked bread or like fresh baked cookies. Like that smell is amazing. And so that's something that, of course, in your house, if you cook some bread or some cookies, like that can like, be really great. But also like if you go into like a bakery, sometimes like a bakery will have like that fresh bread smell. It's like really, really amazing. Yeah.
맞아요. 가끔씩 막 그 빵집에 가면
Mhm.
이제 빵을 만들고 있는 곳은 그 카운터 뒤에 있는 방이잖아요.
Right. Yeah.
근데 막 갓 구운 빵을 이제 그 디스플레이를 하려고 이제 진열을 하려고
What's chinya?
막-
I don't know that word actually.
그 선반에 빵을
Yeah.
올려두는 거예요.
Ah, okay. It's like a display case.
네네 거기에 올려두는 걸 진열한다고 하거든요.
Okay. Uh-huh.
그래서 그 케이스는 진열 케이스 이렇게 얘기를 하고.
Okay. Mhm.
근데 가끔씩 그렇게 갓 구운 빵을 진열하기 전에 막 이렇게 막 따다다다닥 돼 있는 그 뭐라 그러지?
Display case. Cubbies? Shelves?
예, 그런 거?
Okay.
선반 같은 거? 딱 이렇게
Yeah.
빵들을 다 놓은
Mhm.
그거를 딱 식히려고 빵이 너무 뜨거우니까 빵을 식히려고 거기 딱 밖에 내놓는 경우가 있거든요.
Right.
그러면은 그 빵 냄새가 진짜 너무 좋아가지고
Yeah.
그게 좀 홍보 효과도 있는 것 같아요.
Mhm.
네, 그거 맡으면 더 빵 사고 싶게.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed. Like I don't know if it's bakeries, but definitely at restaurants, what they'll do sometimes is so the restaurant, like when they cook stuff, makes a lot of like smoke, right? And all that smoke goes into a vent, like ventilation. But sometimes they'll have that ventilation, the exit for the ventilation is just outside the restaurant, like right in front. So if people are walking by, they can smell like the food cooking, and they're like, "Oh, let's go in there." Like that's such a good strategy for advertising, right?
맞아요. 진짜 그거는 좋은 전략이죠.
Yeah, that works so well.
한국에도 그런 집이 많습니다.
Yeah. There's a store here near where I live, that sells like roasted nuts and roasted coconut and like sort of like sugar covered nuts and roasted coconuts. And whenever I walk by that store, I can smell like the sweet roasted coconut, and it's like, oh my God, I need to go buy some right now. So yeah,
냄새 좋겠다.
I still haven't bought anything there, but I think that next week, like the next time I pass that store, if I smell it, I'm just gonna be like, I have to buy some because it's like so good.
궁금한데요?
Yeah.
진짜 궁금하다 어떨지.
Yeah.
근데 가끔씩 그렇게 냄새는 진짜 좋은데
Mhm.
막상 먹으면은 뭐 그렇게 많이 못 먹거나
Mhm.
그 냄새만큼은 맛이 안 좋은 경우도 가끔씩은 있더라고요.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you've eaten too much and you feel full, or if you're like maybe if you feel sick because you ate something bad, or like for whatever reason, sometimes just smelling food makes you feel even more sick. You're like, oh my God, no.
그래요?
Yeah, for me, you don't have that?
저는 딱히 그런 건 없는데.
So I'll give you an example. A few months ago, I got food poisoning. I ate something bad and I got really sick for like a few days actually. And for those few days, if I would just smell some food, it would make me feel like really nauseous. Like, oh my God, I cannot smell food right now. Yeah, it was the worst. Yeah. Yeah, even like something like a good smell, like meat or like bread, I would just be like, no, this is
아
bad.
진짜요?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
그거 많이 불편할 것 같네요. 근데 그 코코넛 그런 것처럼
Yeah.
그 한국에 지하철에 그런 간식들이 좀 있었거든요.
Yeah, in Korea you have a lot of those underground subway stores. Yeah.
네.
Uh-huh.
근데 그게 옛날에는 델리만주라고 알아요?
No, what is that?
델리만주라는 간식이 있는데 그 요만한 빵들이에요.
Okay. Uh-huh.
근데 그게 모양은 옥수수 모양처럼 생겼어요.
Okay, it's shaped like corn.
네네, 옥수수 모양처럼 생기고 그 안에는 커스터드 크림?
Oh, I have seen those. Yeah. Uh-huh. I saw them
그래요?
in Korea. Yeah.
그 냄새 좋지 않아요?
Yeah, they did smell good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
그 냄새 진짜 좋은데 근데 막 한 번에 많이 먹지를 못해요.
You couldn't eat them? Why?
아니 그러니까 한 번에 많이 못 먹어요.
You can't eat just one.
아니요 그러니까
No?
여러 개를 못 먹어요.
You only chose to eat that, not anything else.
아니요 지금 뭔가 지금 잘못되고 있는데. 아니 그러니까
I'm trying to understand.
그 델리만주를
Yeah.
그 요만한 빵 하나만 안 팔아요.
Yeah.
그 봉투에 뭐 5개, 10개 이렇게 팔거든요.
You have to buy more than just one. You have to buy a lot.
네네.
Oh, I see.
근데 냄새를 맡을 때는 그게 진짜 냄새가 너무 좋으니까 막 사서 많이 먹어야지 막 이렇게 마음이 들거든요. 근데 막상 먹으면 뭐 너무 달아서 막 10개, 뭐 20개 이렇게 못 먹어요.
Okay, I see.
네,
So
그런 말이었습니다.
they're just kind of just too sweet, so you really shouldn't eat more than one. But you have to buy a lot at a time.
그렇죠.
Okay, interesting.
그렇습니다. 그래서 냄새는 정말 좋지만 막상 많이 먹지는 못하는
I see.
지하철의 냄새. 이제는 많이 없어졌어요. 근데
Yeah. I guess the other thing I wanted to say about smell is I feel like some people are better at smelling and some people are worse. Like they have a stronger sense of smell or better sense of smell. For me, my sense of smell is like a little bit worse than average, I think. Like there's things that people smell and notice that I don't smell. Like I just don't notice it. And then my wife is the opposite. She has a stronger sense of smell than I do, like a little bit better than average. And so very often my wife will notice a smell that I don't notice.
네.
And she'll always be asking me, "Do you smell that? What is that smell?" And I'm like, I don't smell anything. Yeah. How about you? Do you have a strong or weak or average sense of smell?
저는 좀 잘 맞는 것 같아요.
Okay, your sense of smell is good.
네, 잘 맞는 것 같고 그리고 음식 먹을 때도 좀 그게 예민하거든요. 네, 그래서 엄마랑 자주 식사를 하는데 뭐 가끔씩 뭐 국이 한 이틀 3일 됐다. 그럴 때 냄새가 뭔가 좀 시큼하다, 신 냄새가 난다.
Oh no.
저 그러면은 엄마 이거 먹으면 안 될 것 같아요. 이러거든요.
Right, yeah.
근데 엄마는 그거 잘 못 느끼실 때가 많으세요. 네. 근데 제가 그냥 기분 탓인 건지 모르겠는데.
Right. Yeah.
그렇기도 합니다.
Yeah, we have that sometimes where like before I cook something, like some meat or even cheese, sometimes I'll get my wife to smell it. Be like, "Can you smell this first? Just tell me, make sure it's good," because I can't tell. Like it seems fine, but I might be wrong. And sometimes she'll notice a smell that I don't. And if she smells it, I'm like, "Okay, we'll just throw it away." Like, yeah. Yeah.
그렇습니다.
Yeah.
그 코로나 걸린 적 있어요, 지금?
Yes, I was going to ask you the same question. Have you had corona also?
네, 한
Coronavirus?
번 걸렸었어요. 2년 전쯤에.
Okay. Yeah, I've had it twice. I know that a very common symptom is reduced smell ability or even sometimes no ability to smell. That I didn't have that symptom. I've never lost my sense of smell when I had coronavirus. How about you?
저는 냄새도 못 맡고,
Really?
네, 그리고 맛도 못 느꼈어요. 잠깐
Oh,
며칠
you couldn't
동안.
taste food either.
네.
That's terrible.
이거 진짜 그거 신기하더라고요.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I never had that problem. So how long did it last?
그렇게 오래 안 갔던 것 같아요. 한 일주일도 안 됐던 것 같은데.
Just for a week or so.
네.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
그래도 진짜 이상한 경험이었습니다.
I see. Did you try doing something different, like eating a food you wouldn't normally eat, or did you enjoy something you normally didn't enjoy, or I don't know.
딱히 그래도 코로나 걸려서 막 이렇게 막 해롱해롱 거리는데.
You're just sick anyway. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
그러긴 어려웠죠.
Okay. Wow.
네. 그랬었고.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't have that
그리고-
symptom, and my wife, when she had coronavirus, she didn't have that symptom either. She could smell and taste okay. Yeah.
신기하네요.
Hmm.
어쨌든 그리고 또 그 NT님의 댓글의 두 번째 부분인 혹시 특별히 좋아하는 냄새, 뭐 향 이런 게 있나요?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that this is maybe a common choice. I've heard a lot of people say this. I really like this smell. It's a very specific smell called petrichor. I don't know if you know this word, petrichor. It's a very advanced word.
처음 들어봐요.
Okay. So petrichor is the smell of rain when it first starts raining. Like, especially if it's been many weeks since it rained and then it starts raining just a little bit, there's like a dusty smell, like a very, very light dust smell. That's called petrichor. That's one of my favorite smells. Yeah.
우리 그 자동 자막을 위해 한 번만 선명하게 딱 말씀해 주시겠습니까?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
그 단어 한번 얘기해 주세요. 깔끔하게.
Oh, sure. I'll say it clearly. Petrichor.
오.
Petrichor.
그게 단어가 딱 있구나.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of people really like that smell. I also really like that smell. For me though, it's not just that I like that smell. It's that when I was growing up in Idaho, I lived in like a kind of a farming area in Idaho in the mountains. It didn't rain very often, and when it did rain, it had that smell. And so whenever I smell that now, it reminds me a lot of my childhood. Like it's like very, very nostalgic smell for me because I don't smell it very often these days. But when I lived in Idaho as a child, like maybe every few weeks, I would smell that. So, yeah.
그쵸. 근데 그 냄새 좋아하는 사람들이 되게 많은 것 같아요. 저도 좋아하고.
Yeah. Do you have a word for that smell in Korean?
그게 딱 그렇게 한 단어로 된 건 없어요.
Okay.
네, 그냥 뭐 비 온 뒤에 흙 냄새, 뭐 길
Okay.
냄새 뭐 이런 식으로 얘기를 해요.
Yeah, that makes sense.
네, 저도 그 냄새를 정말 좋아해서 뭐 비 그치고 났을 때 뭐 그럴 때 산책하는 거 되게 좋아하고 그러면 그냥 기분이 진짜 좋죠.
Yep. So,
그리고
yeah, what smell
네.
do you really like, though? What's your number one?
사실 저도 그 넘버 원이 그 냄새인 것 같아요.
Mm.
네, 근데 뭐 그거 말고도 몇 가지가 있는 것 같은데 제가 바닷가 근처 살거든요. 근데 제가 사는 이 동네가 뭐 대학교 뭐 MT 뭐 동아리 뭐 모임 그러니까 그 여행 같은 거예요. 그냥 놀러 오는 거 대학생들이.
Yep. So I just want to translate for just a second because MT, even though it's like MT, in English we don't have that term. Like we don't say that. Membership training, MT, right?
좀 이상하죠.
Yeah. So in English we don't have an exact equivalent of this. But I would. What did you say?
리트릿?
Retreat. Retreat is a good way to describe it. Yeah. So like a group retreat or a group vacation retreat kind of thing. Yeah. That's an MT.
우리 회식 에피소드에서 한번 한 것 같아요. 이 얘기를.
We didn't do a 회식 episode, did we? Oh, no. I don't think so.
술자리 에피소드 했었을걸요, 아마?
Did we? Oh, man. Maybe I forgot
네,
that one.
회식 문화 했었어요, 초반에.
Oh, we did do 회식. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
그때
Okay.
아마 MT 얘기도 했을걸요?
Right. Yeah.
예, 뭐 아무튼 그래서 그 우리 동네 바닷가에 대학생들이 MT를 되게 자주 오는데
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
MT 오면 다들 그 돼지고기 그 삼겹살을 바베큐를 해 먹어요.
Mm-hmm.
그러면 그 저녁에 저는 산책을 하러 나가면 그 바닷가 냄새랑 그 바베큐 냄새가 섞여서 그 되게 좋은 냄새를 만들거든요.
Ah, let's go.
근데 그 냄새가 그냥 음식 맛있을 것 같은 냄새랑 좀 달라요.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
뭔가 그 젊은 애들이 막 놀러 나와서 막 뭔가 설레고 막 뭔가 막 희망적인 그 낭만적인 느낌을 일으켜요. 그 냄새가.
Right. Yeah, true.
근데 그게 뭔가 지금 여름에 막 청춘 같은 냄새?
Right. Yeah, totally.
그걸 되게 좋아합니다.
You feel like it's the smell of your youth and being like, excited and young, basically.
그렇죠.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, it's interesting here because so USA is where I grew up, and of course there's West Coast and East Coast, but anywhere else there's no coast, right? So we don't have a lot of ocean. Like Korea has a lot of ocean, or people who experience the ocean. And where there is coast, whether it's West or East Coast, usually barbecuing is not allowed in the United States. You can't barbecue at the beach usually. So
그래요?
yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't know exactly why, but that's just how it is. So for me, the idea of like the ocean beach smell at the same time as like a grilling meat smell, like I've never had those two together before. So that would be a new experience for me.
그거 진짜
Yeah.
냄새에 낭만이 있어요.
Yeah.
예, 그거 진짜
Such a
좋은
beautiful
냄새입니다. 예.
Yeah. So I remembered the name of the white flowers that I was talking about. So
네.
it's called lilac. So
아,
lilac is usually a purple or a purple blue type flower. But in Canada, at least where I was in Canada, like Niagara Falls and a few other areas, they have what they call white lilac. And it has like a really, really strong flower smell. And my wife and I, we went for a bicycle ride near Niagara Falls. We were just kind of riding bikes. And we were just in some city streets. And we went past like a bunch of white lilac trees that had like this amazing smell. It was like so good and like so beautiful. It was like nice, like spring weather and everything was like a really good experience. And so, like I'd never noticed that smell before because I don't think we have that in the USA, the white lilac trees. So like the next week when I went to work, I asked my friends, what is that white flower? What is that? And so they told me it's white lilac. And I was like, okay. And so, yeah, now when I moved here, I got that white lilac scent, and it reminds me of like that trip that I went bicycling with my wife. And it's like, so that's one of my favorite smells right now. I really love that white lilac smell.
와,
That's really good.
진짜 그런 좀 좋은 경험이랑 냄새가
Yeah.
그 연결되니까.
Yeah, that's right.
아,
Combined
좋겠네요. 그게
with a
하얀
good experience.
라일락이구나. 그렇구나.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think if I have a number 3 favorite smell. I really like, I guess like orange, like citrus orange smell. So especially like fresh orange juice, or if you have an orange and you like peel the orange, like that smell. I like that smell a lot. Yeah.
저는 오렌지는 아닌데 레몬그라스 향을 되게 좋아해요.
Lemongrass. Ah, yeah. Lemongrass
네,
is
네.
good. Yeah.
네, 그거 좋아요. 그거 디퓨저도 몇 개 쓰고.
Yeah. And is your diffuser, is it electric or is it actually just oil and sticks, or what is it?
오일이요, 오일.
Okay.
아, 아로마.
See, aroma stick. That would be a better way to describe it
Aroma
in English.
stick.
Yeah, aroma sticks. Okay.
그렇죠.
Okay. So let's talk about the difference between these words. So I'll talk about English. There's smell, aroma, fragrance, and what was the other one you said? Scent.
네.
Okay. I'll try to describe the difference between these that I feel. Smell is the most general term that covers all of them. Smell, it can be a verb, like it can be a verb,
네.
or it can be a noun. I would say that it's maybe 50% good, 50% bad. It's like I don't think of it as good or bad. It's just noticeable. There is something that you can notice with your nose. So aroma is usually related to food. Not always, but usually related to food.
아로마가요.
Yeah. And I would say that it's like when a smell is very powerful, like it feels like it's filling the space, like everywhere. Like, oh, wow, that's an aroma. But it could be a good aroma or a bad aroma. Both can exist. But I would say 90% good smell is aroma, usually food. So then scent sounds more scientific to me. Like if I'm like describing like very specific, there's orange scent and flower scent and meat scent and, A and B and C and D, like very specific choices, like cinnamon scent or something like that. If you're adding a smell to something, like adding a smell, so you'd say this is bread with a cinnamon scent. It has an extra difference. That would be scent. Or related to maybe perfume or something. So somebody's wearing perfume. You could say, oh, what's that scent? What's that scent? It sort of means like, what specific brand did you buy and put on? Like, what is that? And then what was the last one? Scent, aroma, not perfume. Fragrance.
아, 맞아요.
Fragrance is almost always related to flowers. It could be other things too, but almost always flowers. And I would say like, again, 90% a good smell, 10% good but too strong, like too much. that could also be a fragrance. Yeah. And I would say fragrances sounds more natural to me. Like maybe in a natural place you would smell fragrances. But it could also be perfumes or flowers or things like that. Okay, so how about the Korean words for those?
일단 스멜은 전반적인 냄새고 아로마는 음식에 관련됐을 때 많이 사용하네요.
But very, very big. It fills a lot of space and is very powerful. That's aroma.
아, 근데 한국에서는 아로마를 얘기할 때는 음식이랑은 거의 연관이 없거든요.
Oh, really?
네, 그렇게 제가 얘기했던 그 아로마 스틱, 네, 그런 그 공간을 위한
Yeah,
향,
Yeah, exactly.
그럴 때 아로마를 많이 쓰고, 네, 그리고 센트는 특정한 향, 뭐 시나몬 향, 뭐 레몬그라스 향 이렇게 할 때 많이 쓰고, fragrance는 꽃을 꽃 향기를 얘기할 때 많이 쓰는구나. 한국어 냄새는요 영어랑 비슷한 것 같아요. 그냥 전반적으로 모든 그 코로 맞는 그걸 얘기하는데 부정적으로 쓸 때 쓰일 수 있겠죠. 아, 이 냄새가 좀 별로. 무슨 냄새야? 이렇게.
So that's the thing. I notice when Koreans say namesay, I think it's usually like maybe 80% bad smell, 20% good smell. Something like that. Is that right?
그게 그럴 수도 있어요. 왜냐면은
Yeah.
그 냄새하고 또 많이 떠올릴 수 있는 표현이 뭐 향기, 향 같은데.
Yeah. Those sound better.
네, 근데 그 향기랑 향은 나쁜 뜻으로 쓰일 일이 없거든요.
Right. Yeah.
네, 그러다 보니까 냄새를 좀 안 좋은 상황에서 많이 사용하는 것 같고.
Right.
뭐 악취 이런 단어도 있거든요. 악취, 근데 그건
I understand it just based on the hanja. So yeah.
아, 예. 근데 악취는 그건 진짜 심각할 때만 쓰는 거예요.
I see. Yeah.
예, 그래서 잘 안 쓰고 뭐 그리고 얘기 말로 할 때는 또 악취라는 말을 또 더 안 써서
I see.
그래서 냄새라는 말을 좀 부정적인 상황에서 좀 특히 많이 쓰이지 않나 쓰지 않나 싶습니다. 그리고 향기랑 향인데 향이 음식을 얘기할 때 좀 더 많이 쓰이는 것 같아요. 향기보다. 근데 음식도 좋을 때 이 음식 냄새 좋다 이렇게 많이 하거든요.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that too. Yeah.
네, 그래서 음식이 좋을 때는 냄새도 좋고 향도 좋고 이런데 근데 향은 뭔가 그 액체나 국물 아니면 좀 허브 이런 데서 표현을 많이 하는 것 같아요. 그러니까 막 뭐 삼겹살을 굽는다. 그때는 향 좋다 이렇게 얘기를 안 하거든요.
Right.
근데 뭐 허브 티를 끓인다. 그러면 향 좋다 이렇게 얘기를 하더라고요.
Right. Yeah, so you would use the word 향 when you're talking about like the smell of a good herbal tea, but not when you're talking about like the smell of cooking meat. Like it doesn't work in that case.
네, 쓸 수도 있어요. 근데 쓸 수도 있는데
It's
많이는 안
possible,
쓰는 것
but
같아요.
it's not usually used that way.
네. 그리고 향기는 또 그 프레그런스랑 비슷하게 뭐 꽃이랑 많이
Yeah.
관련되는 것 같고 뭐 아니면 뭐 비슷한 것들.
Right.
네, 뭐 꽃향기. 뭐 그렇습니다. 향기, 향.
There was something else about namesay I was thinking about. I was going to say in English, I remembered this. So when Koreans say, namesay, when they're talking about something bad, right? In English, we would say smelly. Or stinky. You're right. You could use stinky.
네.
Stink is like 100% bad. There's no case where you can use it positively. Smelly, like 99% bad. Like maybe 1% there's a good case for it. But yeah. So yeah, we say smelly or stinky in the case where it's bad. Yeah.
스멜리. 좋습니다.
Yeah.
근데 스멜리 그게 명사예요?
Smelly.
형용-
No, it's an adjective. Like the bathroom is smelly. That would be adjective in this case. It's a smelly bathroom. That would be adjective. So yeah. Yeah, and then if you want to say even more strong than stinky, we say stanky.
스테이키. 네.
Stinky, stanky. Yeah.
들어봤어요.
Yeah. So yeah, when we hired the plumber to fix the bathroom, we scheduled an appointment, and I put on the calendar, our personal calendar, I put plumber versus stank. That was the title of the calendar. Yeah. So,
스탱크를 그런 의미로 쓰는구나.
yeah. I think it's more of a slang phrase, but yeah.
좋습니다. 그리고 댓글을 다시 보면은
Yeah.
그 좀 특이한 냄새를 좀 많이 써주신 것 같은데 특이한 향을 찌프는 이런 것들이 어떤지 한번 들어보십시오. 금목서가 사실 뭔지 잘 모르겠거든요.
I don't know what that is. What is 금목서?
지금 검색하는 동안 또 다른 향은 뭐가 있냐면 그 비와 아스팔트 우리가 얘기했던 것들 같아요.
Right. Okay.
그리고 금목서가 그건 아니에요. 그냥 그리고 연필 냄새?
Oh, the smell of a pencil when you sharpen a pencil. I know we don't do it a lot these days, but it has like that graphite. Graphite is like the metal or the lead in the pencil, and then like a little bit of wood smell. Yeah, it has an interesting smell. Yeah, it's not one of my favorites, but it's interesting.
Yeah. 냄새 알 것 같기도 하다.
Yeah, I think that is like if you're an artist and you do a lot of drawing, then you get more familiar with that pencil smell. Yeah.
네, 그럴 것 같아요. 막 많이 쓰니까. 네, 그리고 수영장.
I hate that smell. Like, cause for me, like it has that chlorine and sort of damp, Like,
네.
it's not good for me.
그거는 또 수영장이 어떤 수영장이냐에 따라도 다를 수도 있을 것 같네요.
Right. There's different kinds of pools, but like that's why I like outdoor pools a lot more is because it doesn't have that smell. But indoor pools, I like the smell. Yeah.
그 찾아보니까 금목서는 스윗 올리브라고 하네요.
Sweet olive.
네.
I don't know what that is.
스윗 올리브, fragrant olive? 근데 저도 한 번도 못 들어본
Interesting.
향입니다.
Sweet olive. I wonder if it's just like olive oil or something, but I don't know. Okay.
뭐 어쨌든 그 다음 수영장 다음이 헌책방.
I like that smell.
좋죠. 그건
yeah,
좋죠.
yeah. Old library smell or old
네,
books.
그건 좋아요. 맞아요.
Yeah, that like paper, sort of dusty paper smell. I like that. Yeah.
그리고 새로운 신발.
Smell of new shoes. You know, I don't think we ever really say that in English, but what we do say is we say new car smell. If you've ever been in or like been inside a new car, it has a very specific smell, like a little bit of leather and a little bit of like, I don't know. It's a very specific smell. It's hard to describe. Some people really love new car smell. I think that's maybe similar to new shoe smell, but we don't usually say that in English.
저는 좀 좋아하거든요. 이 새로운 신발, 그 새로운 옷 냄새.
Right. Yeah.
네. 비록 많이 사지는 않지만.
Yeah.
어쨌든 그리고 먹물, 등유가 있는데요. 먹물 냄새가 있나? 먹물 냄새?
Like ink? Oh, yeah. I wonder if the person asking this question is an artist because they mentioned pencils and now they're talking about ink. Yeah, ink has a smell. I don't like or dislike it. It's just fine. Yeah.
네, 저도 많이 안 써봐서 잘 모르겠네요.
Okay.
네. 그리고 등유.
등유? What is
기름.
등유?
Kerosene?
Kerosene. Kerosene. Okay. So kerosene is if you have a oil lamp, like not a candle, but a lamp with oil. Yeah.
등이 램프예요. 등.
Right. Oh, I see. That kind of 등. Okay.
네.
You would be the oil. I get it. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I don't have much experience with that. Like, yeah, I haven't really ever had a kerosene lamp, so I've never thought about it. So no.
근데 한국에서는 가끔 맡을 기회가 있는 것 같은데, 뭐 보일러실이나 뭐 그런 데서. 근데 겨울에 그런 냄새가 되게 따뜻하게 느껴지거든요.
Yeah, that's a good smell.
네, 그거 좀 좋죠.
Yeah.
그거 말고 또 뭐 특이한 좋을 만한 냄새가 뭐 없나?
I'm sure there's more. Let me think about it for a second. This is more about flavor or taste than smell, but I guess I'll just say this. Moving to Spain, there's a new type of toothpaste flavor that I've never seen before in my life. I don't remember what it's called, but it smells like honey, kind of.
네.
So it's like this honey, not honey, but it tastes like honey or smells like honey type of toothpaste. And I really, really like this new like flavor of toothpaste. It's very interesting. Yeah.
궁금한데요?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find the name of it really quick.
네, 좋아요. 저는 음식 냄새인데 아까 얘기한 바닷가랑 고기 굽는 냄새랑 사실 비슷한 건데 그 숯불에 굽는 고기 냄새를 진짜 좋아하거든요. 숯불에 구워야 돼요. 그러면은
Yeah, it's like the smell of like coal, basically, like for cooking.
네. 그러면 그게 불향이라고 하는 게 있어요.
불향. The smell of like fire, like wooden fire.
네, 근데 그게 정확히는 그 불에 태운 고기 맛, 고기 향. 네, 그 막 나무 탄 그 냄새와 그 고기 기름이 딱 섞인 그 향. 저는 그 맛과 그 향을 가장 좋아합니다. 음식 중에. 네, 한번 추천해요. 다음에 한번 한국 와서 그렇게 한번 드셔보시길 추천합니다.
Yeah, definitely. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get that toothpaste just so I can tell you what it is. I'll be right back.
네, 네.
Okay, so it's called miswak. Miswak. I don't know if you can see that.
미스왁? 네.
Miswak.
치약 브랜드는 한국에서도 볼 수 있는데
Yeah.
그 미스왁은 처음 보네요.
Yeah. Colgate is a very, very common brand. It usually, like in USA at least, we would have like mint flavored toothpaste, spearmint or
맞아요.
whatever, some kind of mint. But this one, Miswak, it says Miswak Herbal. So I was like, what is this? And then the flavors it lists, it says Miswak Chamomile Mirth. Miswak Chamomile Mirth. It has like this honey flavor. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Well, there's the 3 flavors on there, but anyway, I like this. It's a new fragrance to me, and I like it. Yeah.
좋습니다.
Yeah. Other specific smells. You know, we didn't talk about this at all, but maybe we can just talk about this for a minute. Is that some people have smells, good or bad, or just unique?
아, 맞다. 그 얘기를 안 했네요. 예.
Yeah.
아, 있죠. 당연히 있죠.
Yeah. So I definitely, like I said, I don't have a very good sense of smell. So I think that I usually don't notice when other people have unique smells. But I know that they do because people mention it, or like my wife can notice the smell of different people and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. Do you ever notice when people smell, like good or bad?
저는 사실 잘 못 느껴요. 근데 글쎄요. 한국인은 그렇게 막 채취라고 하는데 몸에서 나는 냄새. 그렇게 채취가 심하지 않은 편인 것 같아요. 동양인이라.
Yeah, I think so.
네, 그런 편이고 뭐 근데 뭐 향수 같은 걸 뿌린다. 그러면 되게 잘 맞죠.
Right. Yeah. If you're wearing perfume or cologne, then that smell you can notice sometimes.
네. 그리고 사실 그렇다 보니까 이럼에도 불구하고 냄새가 날 때는 뭐 땀을 굉장히 많이 흘린 상태라던가 좀 많이 좀 안 씻어서 나는 냄새일 경우가 좀 있죠.
Sure. Yeah.
그럼 보통 안 좋죠. 그러면.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it can definitely be bad. You know, it's weird. So this is maybe one thing that's weird for me. I kind of like the smell of sweat. Not if it's like really like bad and like somebody's like dirty or something like that, but just like a little bit of sweat either on myself or somebody else. If I notice it, I actually like that smell. I think I'm maybe a little weird, but that's just something I'm okay with.
아니에요. 근데 그게 마냥 이상한 건 아닌 것 같아요.
Okay.
그게 뭔가 약간 중독성이 있는 것 같아요.
All right.
아마 남자들은 안 알 것 같아요.
Maybe so. Yeah, that could be.
네. 그 뭔가 그 뭔가 그렇게 좋은 건 아닌데 뭔가 계속 맡고 싶게 되는
Right.
그런 게 있는 것 같아요.
Yeah, so it might be different for men, I guess.
예.
Yeah.
혼자가 아닙니다.
Yeah, that makes it easy.
예. 그런 것 같습니다.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been a while since we've done an episode. One thing in your background, there's a flag above you now. I've never noticed that before. I think it's different. What is that dragon flag above you? It's like black dragon.
아, 이거요?
Right behind you. Yeah.
아, 요거?
Yeah, that. What is that?
아, 이거 담요예요, 담요.
Tamyo is like a little blanket, right?
맞아요.
Okay. So it's just a blanket.
네, 담요인데 제가 한번 다른 데서 얘기한 것 같은데 제가 책을 맨날 사는 온라인 사이트가 있거든요. 맨날은 아니고 책을 살 때 이용하는 알라딘이라는 사이트가 있는데 근데 거기서 새해 때마다 이벤트 굿즈를 줘요.
Okay.
뭐 책을 뭐 5만 원 이상 사면 이벤트 아이템을 받는데 근데 한국에 아시아에 12 동물 있잖아요.
Yes, yes.
그래서 뭐 올해는 뭐 무슨 색깔 동물의 해 이렇게.
Right.
근데 저거는 푸른 용의 해에
Uh-huh.
푸른 용 저 담요를 서비스로 이벤트로 줬는데
I see. Okay, so because it was a New Year sales event, and the new year the animal of that year changes, every year. And this year it happens to be Year of the Dragon, or the year that you bought it. I don't know if it's this year.
그쵸. 몇 년 전이었어요.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is a few
좀
years ago.
자세히 펼쳐볼까요?
Sure. Yeah.
이게 그냥 용은 아니고 조선시대 때 임금님 왕 왕을 상징하는 그림이에요 아마.
I see. Okay. Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah.
So kings would have that dragon symbol. Let's see.
맞아요.
Got it. Okay.
맞아요.
Cool. Makes sense. I thought it was a flag, and that's why I got a little bit confused or distracted. I was like, why do you have a dragon flag? What is that? But blanket makes more sense. Yeah.
네, 맞습니다.
Cool. That's awesome.
네, 아무튼.
All right.
이거 근데 되게 옛날부터 걸려 있었어요.
Was it always up there? I never noticed it before.
이게 한참 됐어요. 꽤 됐어요. 몇 년 된 것
Okay.
같아요.
Okay. All right.
그렇습니다.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't think I have any more thoughts about smells that I can think of.
뭐 거의 다 한 것 같은데. 네, 거의 다 한 것 같은데.
There's one more smell that we should talk about.
저도 사실 하나 있어요. 더.
Okay, I want to talk about cigarette smell a tiny bit. I don't like the smell of cigarettes. Like, not just that I don't like the smell, but like being around like cigarette smoke is like a little hard for me to breathe sometimes. Like it's not good for me. So, when I said that I don't notice if people have a smell usually, I definitely notice if they're a smoker or not. Like, I can immediately be like, oh, this guy smokes. Like, it's just super obvious to me immediately. So yeah, that cigarette smell smoke, like when somebody smokes a lot, like will definitely be stuck to their clothes or stuck to their body or their hair or something. Cause I always smell that. Yeah.
맞아요. 담배 쪘네.
Yeah.
그러니까 근데 그게 좀 신기한 것 같아요. 그게 그냥 담배 필 때 나는 냄새랑 또 다른 냄새가 나더라고요.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. It is different.
네, 그게 좀 특이하더라고요.
Yeah.
네, 아무튼 그렇고. 근데 가끔씩 뭐 여행 가서 호텔 같은 데서 자면 그 호텔에 담배 냄새가 배어 있는 경우가 있더라고요.
Yeah. Like you go in the room and it smells like somebody smoked in the room.
근데 그게 그냥 담배 핀 냄새가 아니라
Uh-huh.
그 담배 쩐내가 좀 살짝 있는 거예요. 그러니까
I see.
담배 필 때 나는 냄새랑 또 다른 그 담배 피는 사람들의 몸에서 나는 냄새.
Yeah, okay.
이제 그게 방에서 날 때가 있는 거죠.
Yeah.
그건 좀 안 좋은 것 같은데.
Yeah.
네. 좀 그렇고 그리고 제가 얘기 안 한 거는 뭐 할머니 할아버지 집 냄새?
Oh, yeah. For me, it's not a good smell. Is it a good or a bad smell for you?
그래요? 저는 좋은 느낌이에요.
Oh, really? Okay, tell me your experience first then. What, like, yeah.
사실 그게 냄새의 근원이 뭔지는 모르겠거든요. 왜 그런 냄새가 나는지는.
Uh-huh.
근데 뭔가가 오래돼서 나는 냄새인 것 같긴 해요. 뭐 나무 옷장 오래된 건지 아무튼 자세히 표현하기가 어렵네 그건.
I see.
뭔가 구수한 냄새.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
네.
Sort of how do we say that in English? It's savory is not quite right. Sort of a nutty kind of smell.
그런가? 잘 모르겠네.
Yeah. I think it's hard to describe.
예, 근데 한국인들은 그냥 이렇게 얘기하면 알거든요. 할머니 집 냄새, 할아버지 집 냄새. 이렇게
Okay. Yeah, when we say that in English, like the smell of an old person's house or the smell of grandma, grandpa's house, usually I think people are describing a bad smell. Like, because so here I don't know if it's the same in Korea. I think it's a little bit different culturally, but we have like nursing homes where older people will live, and there'll be literally hundreds of older people all living in kind of one place. And it smells really bad. Like, it's like not good. It's like, to me, it's like, it smells kind of like death or dying, because it's like a lot of sort of disease type smell, or like, and also like this, but at the same time, it's like the smell of like cleaner, like window cleaner and bleach, or like mopping floor cleaner or stuff like that. So it's like just a mix of really bad smells. Yeah.
좀 섬뜩하네요. 죽음의 냄새라니.
Yeah.
그렇구나.
So yeah.
좀 확실히 그 상황이 다르네요.
Yeah, I think so. Just different experiences.
네. 아니 저는 그냥 할머니 할아버지만 계시는 그 집 냄새.
Right. Just if it was just somewhere that a grandma and a grandpa lived, they could have like a good, clean, nice house.
그렇죠.
Right.
그렇습니다.
Okay.
저는 사실 그리고 병원 냄새도 좀 좋아요.
Smell of hospitals?
네.
I feel like I don't know what a hospital smells like, because at least in USA, we don't go to them very often. And also, it's very clean. Like clinical. Mm-hmm.
클리닉 냄새? 병원 아니면 의원 냄새?
Even at a
작은
clinic, there's no specific smell I can think of. I think it's just different cultures. We don't really have a specific smell for those.
그런가 보다.
Yeah.
좋습니다. 이제는 저는 얘기를 다 한 것 같은데 좀 정리를 할까요, 그러면?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
네, 오케이. 그러면 추천받은 주제로 정말 감사하게 네, 냄새, 향기에 대해서 얘기를 많이 나눠봤습니다.
Yeah, I think it was a good topic. I want to mention this because I think it's interesting. Is you and Didi did a topic about smells like maybe half a year ago or a year ago. I remember you were talking about maybe it was about tastes and flavors. Now that I think about it, yeah, not smells.
맞아요.
But I would recommend that people watch that video because you talk about a lot of like very specific Korean vocabulary that I think was useful. Like even for me, it was like very useful. And explain like this food has this flavor and this food has this flavor. That. Like you got very specific. It was a really good episode. So I would recommend that if you want to go check out Didi's, what is it called? Yobojobo?
요모조모 에피소드.
Yeah.
네. 거기서 맛 표현을 제가 좀 하려고 했는데, 근데 그게 완전히 정확한 건 아닐 수도 있다는 점 알려드립니다. 뭐 거기서 뭐 달달하다와 뭐 달콤하다, 뭐 뉘앙스 느낌 이런 걸 제가 느끼는 방식으로 설명을 했었는데 좀 도움이 되면 좋겠고 너무 안 틀린 정보라면 다행일 것 같네요.
Yeah, totally.
네, 어쨌든 그러면 저희 이번 에피소드는 이쯤에서 마무리하죠.
Yep, let's wrap up for real.
네, 그러면 다음 에피소드는 또 추천받은 다른 주제였던 그 뭐 부먹 찍먹 논쟁 뭐 이런 거 그거 말고도 비슷한 게 여러 개 있으니까 그거에 대해서 한번 재밌게 얘기를 나눠보겠습니다. 그러면 지금까지 저는 반반 팟캐스트 한국어 영어 반반 팟캐스트 하프앤하프의 정태웅이었습니다. 감사합니다.
I'm Jeep. You've been listening to Half and Half, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.